Today we'll be durability testing the new Asus ROG gaming phone. Speaking of games, this video is sponsored by Brawl Stars, a new Supercell mobile game designed for smartphones. Brawl Stars is one of those fast-paced multiplayer games that let you team up with your friends or solo battle against people all around the world, with a bunch of different game modes. It's totally free to download. I joined up with my buddy Lincoln from the What's Inside YouTube channel, and we used our brawlers to team up and fight against 4 other teams. Lincoln is definitely better than I am. If you want to join our team, download the game and search my club Zach's Jerry Rig, same as all my social media, and join up with my crew. There's real-time 3 vs 3 battles going on as well. Plus, each brawler has a unique super attack, which keeps things interesting. You can play right now for free with the link in the description, and huge thanks to Brawl Stars for sponsoring this video. This allows us to review a phone we might not have gotten to test otherwise. Let's get started. The Asus ROG phone. Asus has been around for a long time, making gaming hardware. ROG stands for Republic of Gamers. Asus is calling this phone a game changer, and they might just be right. Inside the funky looking box we have a charging block and a fancy braided cable, and over here we have a external cooling dock that plugs into the side of the phone. This is going to be interesting. And here is the ROG phone. This looks futuristically stealthy and feels heavy, mostly glass with accent lines, and what's supposed to be a massive built-in exterior heatsink with spreaders and vents. It'll be pretty cool to see this thing from the inside. The outside though is still pretty awesome. There's an eye-catching prismatic shimmer in the metallic silver on the back. I'm excited to see what this phone can handle. Let's start with the scratch test. The point of standardized tests is that we put each and every smartphone through the same situations and see how they compare to each other. Some phones have plastic screens, others are made from sapphire, like Kyocera's latest Android phone. But this guy, like most other flagships, is using Gorilla Glass 5, and we start seeing normal scratches at a level 6, with deeper grooves at a level 7. The Asus ROG phone has the whole face unlocking thing, and front-facing 8-megapixel selfie camera hidden under the front glass. No notch on this phone. The earpiece grill is different. Its copper accents look great on the phone, but instead of an anodized metal grill, it has a plastic layer kinda glued to the top. I don't think this is a future cosmetic blunder waiting to happen though. The plastic is very well adhered to the metal, almost like a colored epoxy. I really doubt the color will ever fall off or peel away on its own. It took some serious persuasion to even get it this far. The bottom stereo speaker grill is covered with the same stuff, plus the whole thing can pull away from the phone. This doesn't normally happen. Most speaker grills are built in, but I still don't see it falling off by itself. The adhesive underneath is pretty strong, just something to be aware of. Now the back of the phone is very unique, with this metal-looking growth protruding into the back glass panel. It's one of the more unique-looking phones on the market right now. The sides are made from metal. Over here on the side, we also have a little rubber plug that covers the 2 USB-C ports, which I've already lost. This is where that external aeroactive cooler plugs in, a beastly futuristic-looking accessory for a futuristic-looking phone. Asus says this little guy can cool the surface of the phone by 4.7 degrees Celsius, which is probably a stretch. Yeah, I can feel the fan kick on inside the contraption, but it's also adding a load to the battery. That power draw is going to heat the internals up, while trying to cool down the exterior surface at the same time. Kinda counterproductive. Plus, the underside of the fan is plastic, which is one of the worst thermally conductive materials. Any efficient heat dissipation system would be metal. It's definitely not a heatsink per se, it's more of just a fancy USB fan. I might be biased, but they should also have made this thing transparent. The top of the phone is made from metal, along with the other side, the volume buttons and power button. I'm no expert gamer myself, but it's probably safe to assume that gamers like the option of wireless or corded headphones. So it's nice to see a headphone jack down here at the bottom, next to the USB-C port. Asus has courageously added more ports than anyone could ever want. There is an oddly shaped fingerprint scanner on the back, invincible to my razor blade. Thumbs up for that. This doubles as a trackpad to drop down the notification bar, which is kinda cool. Asus is also doing it right with the dual cameras on the back. One is a 12-megapixel wide-angle lens and another 8-megapixel normal sensor for regular pictures. Dual cameras, each with their own properties. The single-colored LED flash is protected under the back glass. The back logo is also under the glass and scratch-proof. Kinda putting a damper on art class with Jerry. I need Apple to release another iPad. Just like on the Razer Phone 2, this logo actually lights up. Asus has it turn on for notifications or when it goes into its more powerful gaming mode. But also just like the Razer Phone 2, it's pretty dim and best seen in low light environments. Of course, besides raw power, the next most important aspect of a gaming phone is the screen. And Asus has again pushed the limits of what a smartphone can handle. Normal smartphones like iPhones and Samsungs have a refresh rate of 60 Hz. Asus has somehow managed to bump that up to an impressive 90 Hz on this 1080p screen while still using an AMOLED. Razer is still the king of the refresh rate with 120 Hz, but they're also using an LCD panel, where those kinds of refresh rates are much more common. I'd say LCDs are a bit more color accurate, but AMOLEDs are definitely more vibrant. So it's cool to see the refresh rate improving. The AMOLED panel did go white after 32 seconds and did not recover. I'm honestly looking forward to the teardown on this one. The copper accents on the back don't appear to fall off, but realistically they are probably just decoration. We'll have to find out from the inside. Sometimes the quickest way inside of a phone is with a bin test. Build quality and structural integrity are always a factor when choosing which mobile device to carry with you for the next few years. The initial flex had some heart-dropping pops associated with the bend, but everything is still working just fine. Bending from the front, we have a minor flex, but no permanent damage. Every time it's bent from the back though, it pops. Not sure why. But the most important thing is it locks out, stops bending, and is still alive, and passes the bend test. Asus has done a good job with this one. If you had to decide between the Asus ROG phone and the Razer Phone 2, which would you pick? I'm curious. Both phones are pretty impressive. Asus is taking the accessory innovation to a whole new level. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and come hang out with me on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.